I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination.
Today we're doing a special poetry show for our father, Tata Madiba. I'm going to start off by performing a poem titled, I Am King. I am Nelson. I am Mandela. I am King. I am the song they sing. Even when I whisper, they gather together, eavesdropping in a bowl to later use as manure to grow their young minds. I am a gold mine, you dig? Their words are mine. They address me as your lordship. They ask to worship the God I worship. My weapon, my worship. I don't write focusing on rhymes. I rhyme focusing on rights and freedoms. I am wisdom, a king in his kingdom. I didn't come on this show to show off. I came on this show to give off my best and to encourage the rest of you. So if you don't get the meaning of my words at the first hearing, try the second and third in silence, or let the violent take it by force. I am not human. I am a force, and I enforce equality even in my poetic insanity. I am Nelson. I am Mandela. I am King.
I'm the spoken word. I'm the written word. I'm the printed word. I'm a song sung with vim, vigor, verve, and vitality. I'm a story told with zing, zeal, and zest for life. I'm a poem in motion, changing emotions, building the nations. I'm a piece of paper, pick me up and read. I'm the indelible information missing from your textbooks. I'm the 27th character in your table of alphabets. I'm the 8th color of the spectrum. I am wisdom unlimited. I'm a poem in motion, changing emotions, building the nations. I'm a poem. See me, hear me, feel me, smell me, taste me. I'm a poem, the intonation of alliterations and assonance with resonance. I'm a dragon pulling a wagon of jargons. I'm spitting fire and more fire and more fire. I'm the spoken word. I'm the written word. I'm the printed word, lyrical word, rhythm and rhyme, echoing and bellowing, vibrating and reverberating, booming and zooming, passing and oozing. I'm a poem. Hear me through your hearts and not your ears. See me through your mind and not your eyes. Feel me through your soul and not your skin. I'm the pulse in your heart and the lamp in your mind. I am flowing with connotations and floating with the denotations and the punctuation and the articulation and the acceleration and the accentuation and the implementation of expressions. I inject education and infuse information. I instill inspiration and ignite aspirations. I stir imagination and shake intuition. Oh yes, and the eradication of the inculcation of the incomprehensible into the ignorant by the incompetent. I instruct intelligence and insult ignorance. I construct confidence and distract negligence. I instigate literacy and intimidate illiteracy. I incite memory and illuminate society. I create mirrors and images. I am a poem. Yet when a poet is born, the world has a future. But when a poet dies, the world's eyes suffer from jaundice and nobody seems to notice. Asha, sangishilo mina masojo sizumpoto zanyaka zingonyama ebhongo zintabana zimhlophe eqhubuka amagaga sehlome imifula. Mosho!
Yes, Masoja, welcome.
Greetings, Kacey.
Yes.
Thanks, man.
Yes, there's one thing I want to ask you. What does poetry mean to you as an artist and as a poet?
Poetry to me is the art form that we use for interlocution. With poetry, whether written or spoken or maybe performed in other ways, meant to express. Why express? To educate, to inform, to entertain, and even to persuade people and stimulate their thinking so that people stop thinking outside of the box, but people get out of the box through poetry.
But then why do you think as a poet it's profound that you perform a piece for Mandela in these morning moments?
Well, I'm an African, and as an African, we use poetry when a baby is born. is poetry. To praise animals, your cattle, your goats, you use poetry. To praise a woman, you use poetry. To praise nature, the mountains, the rivers, you use poetry. When we work, it's poetry. Even when we mourn, it's poetry. When we celebrate wedding, parties and whatever, it's poetry. And when we go through ritual ceremonies, we use poetry. Mina, when I call myself, ngithi umasotsha umpondo zenyakazi umasotsha sisi umpondo zenyakazi ngonyama ebhonga izintabeni ezimhlophe equbuka amagaga sihloma imifula. Even introducing myself is poetry. Yes.
Okay, having said that, would you like to perform a poem for the great man Nelson Mandela to close the show?
Yeah, sure, Kacey. What we take from Mandela, the legacy, his life taught us that it is not how much you accomplish in life that makes a difference, but how much you give. Not how high you build your dreams, but how high your faith can climb. Not how many goals you reach, but how many lives you touch. Not who you know that matters, but who you are inside. You are Mandela. I am Mandela. We are the kings. Hello.
We are kings. Today we are celebrating the life of a great man, Nelson Mandela, and our next performance is by Hazel.
The sun spoke to me last night. It had risen itself from the dead just to sneak a bit of light in my life. See, the sun spoke to me last night. He walks with us. He reaches out with hope in the palm of his hands. We took a walk to pride, turned our backs against humanity, forgot about where we come from. Peace. We carried fear on our backs, a burden we chose to keep. Courage is where we are supposed to be. Strength is the gift we have to carry on our shoulders. When love seems like a faraway place only eyes can reach. We keep wealth warm in our hearts next to the fire that burns poverty into an uncertain illusion. The sun spoke to me last night. It had risen itself from the dead just to sneak a bit of light in my life. See, the sun spoke to me last night. He placed my heart in between his thighs. Beating it like Congo drums, he helped it pulsate through Africa's dusty roads. Telling me that we are not alone, he walks with us. In an unfamiliar land, he walks with us. The sun spoke to me last night. He had come in the middle of the night just to sneak a bit of light in my life. See, Utatu Mandela spoke to me last night.
What an awesome performance by Hazel. So tell me, Hazel, what does poetry mean to you as an artist and as a poet?
Poetry means a lot to me because I grew up with like a grandmother that wrote, that sketched, that sang, and to me it's like me trying to like connect with her through my poetry. That is poetry to me.
All right. Hazel, I have a small challenge for you. I would like you to create a poem in just 30 seconds about the great man Nelson Mandela. Can you do that?
Yep, I can do that.
Take it away.
Y'all don't know me. His music, a symphony that I delight in, indulge in. He's a lyricist. He whispers rhythm and poetry in my ears. He breathes Afro soul down my neck, and with the touch of his hands, he composes jazz on my body. He moves with the blues in his body. His music lives in me.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, I'm moving on to my man Dumisani. Next person will be Dumisani.
Talipunga, Delarufa, Madiba, Mwelo Msila, Vela Bampensele, Yem. Who said, during my lifetime, I have dedicated myself to the struggle of African people. I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic country and free society in which all persons live together in harmony. It is an ideal for which I am meant to live for and to achieve. But if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die. Africa. What time is it? You see, we never ask, what is it that we are doing now, at this precious moment of our time, at this age? We have fooled ourselves to say we have enough of it. Time. We have spent it here and there, compromising for that which we know for sure to be fruitless. Realization should come home into our minds. Our sleeping hearts should be awakened to admit this brutal truth that we all avoiding, that time is running out in a dying of each day, in a falling of our champions, in a falling of our icons. You see, we all have on the wrists of our arms a lifetime clock that is ticking, talking, ticking, talking, ticking, talking about this unbankable resource of our lifetime. The train of our lifetime generation is passing by at our stare. Our icons are falling at our stare. We have to emerge and rise above the horizon for the uncertainty of broken humanity. We have to call it the hour of power, the restoration of heroes and heroines. And drink from this water that said, I have walked that long road to freedom. I have tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way, but I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds many hills to climb. I have taken a moment here to rest, to still the view of the glorious vista that surrounds me. But I can only rest for a moment, for with freedom comes responsibility, and I cannot linger, for my long walk has not yet ended.
That was an awesome, brilliant performance by my brother Dumisani. Dumisani, yes, tell me, what does poetry mean to you as an artist and as a poet?
As an artist and as a poet, I would like to define it in a more religious way.
Okay.
Poetry to me is God.
Okay.
You see, the Bible says in the beginning was the Word.
Okay.
And the Word was God, and the Word was with God. And without it, nothing was made that was made. So poetry is a spoken word. It says, he said, let there be, and things became. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So poetry is God. Poetry is me. And he continues to say, we are made by his image. So I am God. I am poetry. That's how I define it.
That's a profound definition. I wouldn't have thought about this in 1,000 years. Okay, Dumisani, just like I did with Hazel,
yeah.
I want you to tell me in just 30 seconds, poetically, how you think we should celebrate this great man, Nelson Mandela.
Poetically?
Yes. Just 30 seconds.
30 seconds, and I would say, let it truly be the celebration of Madiba, our heart and heartbeat of the nation, where all the expression of hidden passion is exposed and transposed through the frames and drums of life. Let it truly be a celebration of an icon to deliver, an icon to deliver.
Dude, are you sure you didn't write this?
No, I didn't write it, man.
Well, that was awesome. That was a brilliant performance from my brother, Dumisani. And then next to Dumisani, is Oratile. And I'm going to put him on the spot just like I did with Dumisani. But first of all, Oratile, tell me, what does poetry mean to you as a poet?
Well, man, to me, just to go personal with it, poetry started as an escape route. You know, I needed to write my story. I needed to record my life, you know, because poetry to me was a brother that I didn't have, a sister that I needed, because I grew up as a child alone most of the time. So poetry gave me that platform for me to be more than what I am at the moment. So it's only in later in life where I realized that actually poetry is my token of talent, and I can use it to change lives in such a way that I can teach, I can celebrate, I can rejoice, I can warn. It's more like a tool that allows me to enhance my life. Yeah.
Awesome,
yeah,
awesome.
Share my life.
We're still celebrating this great man, Nelson Mandela, and we're going to have a performance from Oratile.
I've been lost, swallowed in deep, digested by the belief that I was made to be one and part with the love that portrayed beauty with the love stolen from the hands of the truth. And so, the heirs to find myself at my dreams falling freely into boundaries that darkness cared and light faded ignorantly, as if he possessed the bitter heart stone for the time stolen from the hands of darkness. Swiftly, quietly, suddenly, at that moment, suddenly, created and brought to reality verbally. Let there be light, and at that moment exactly, my time was not yet, seen as a future blindly, although tinted telescopes witnessed my future astronomically, sentenced anciently, to find comfort in ice and darkness with my eyes empty, since light was stolen from the hands of sight. I mean, dreams are about our lives, lived when we are asleep, remembered when we are awake, in dosages of short momentary freeze frame memory clips, arranged sequentially captivating chapters on a film strip, and played by deja vu to give us a visual taste of life. And we individually own an instance of this, mistakenly called intelligence, while I was breathing in my dreams, having my life free to scream, believing in my being that since I'm alive, I can face death with weapons stolen from the hands of the devil, to find myself in heaven, living next to the living dead. See, I'd rather lose my mind instead, since my heart is made of lead and my soul is running mad. I guess those are the consequences of me missing my daily bread, since righteousness was stolen from the hands of heaven. All that I've done and seen have no idea who I've really been, since my breath has been stolen from the hands of passing time. But in my heart, freedom of speech, and life as I know it will forever reign supreme, for as long as the flesh of man knows thirst. Thank you very much for my freedom. Thank you very much for my opinion. Thank you, Nelson Mandela.
We have seen leaders who fought for freedom, like Malcolm X. We see Nelson Mandela. We see what's his name, Martin Luther King. You know, do you think that we still have leaders or people who can become leaders in the future, just like these people that I've mentioned? And I want you to do this in just 30 seconds, and it has to be poetic. Okay. Can we do that?
Yeah, we can.
All right, take it away, bro.
We can. Madiba, the lamb that bled for South Africa. Let us lead by example, for which with each and every one of us, there is a leader within us. So within the leader in me, I take the responsibility to carry on his legacy, to continue teaching, singing history, rejoicing in all his work, making sure that my word is pure and I honor on my promises like how he did. To me, Madiba is a direction, an icon in which I follow. So with that said and done, the leader in me will arise to follow his direction.
With that said and done, we can laugh at my brother. All right, thank you so much, Oratile. And moving right along, I'm coming to somebody who wishes I wouldn't put her on the spot, but I will do that. Okay, so Hazel, you've been hearing me ask these people what poetry means to them. I'm sure you've been thinking, trying to put it together. Tell me, what does poetry mean to you as an artist, as a woman in this industry of poetry?
Poetry to me is healing. It's a place to run away to. It's where I can lay my shoulder, because not a lot of times can people listen to what you have to say when you're heartbroken or when you're angry or whatever. So it's where I just lay off my burdens. Yeah.
Awesome. That's where she lays off her burdens. Now we're going to go straight into a performance that Hazel did earlier on the show. Take it away.
Right along Joburg Park, they laid these bodies like neglected corpses in a foreign land. We all take a glimpse and look away. In different directions, our eyes wander as if we are trying to catch flies. We are afraid to stay. Reason not being it is rude, but we fear to see reality. We are anxious of the content that will lay restless at the back of our minds, bombarding our hearts with every meal we eat and every blanket we pull over our